And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a day to be fabulous on, and you are definitely doing that. Hey, it's great to be here. Couple fun and exciting things here. First of all, hang on. Make sure my tech is actually working. YouTube decided to throw me a little error, so hopefully we shall not see too many issues going forward. But I do want to give a shout out over to Twitch, where this stream is actually sponsored by Mojang and Minecraft. So be sure to check that action out, all that fun and excitement. So we shall see how it goes. All right, so let's get into said Minecraft, because that's where all the fun is going to be happening, or something. Oops. Also, hey, maybe let's leave things up where I can actually see chat. That would be cool too. Okay. So behind me is the the IO for my furnace array. This thing is cool. I did swap out these trapdoors. They had been pale oak. I swapped them out for cherry because I needed to be able to see the chests. Turns out having to keep opening the chest to see if they were, or the trapdoor to see if they were, the chests, carts, things were there, was sort of a pain in the neck. So now I can just see them, which it's helpful. Okie-dokie. So let us take a look at my problem, okay? This is my problem. This whole mess. No, so I got the kelp farm fixed. So it was general conference weekend on Saturday and Sunday, which at the weekend, right? Well, so as I'm listening to these excellent, uplifting spiritual talks, I fixed the water in my kelp farm. So the farm is working great. Too great, in fact, because it basically generates so much kelp, it's flooding my smokers. So, and that's just on half power. So I need to expand out my smoker capacity here, which means I'm also gonna have to move the blockificator over here. And I need to rig up a little bit of something else for the fuel, okay? Because here's the other problem I had. So here it was, happily smelting the kelp from the farm. And what would happen, right now I actually have a fair amount of kelp built up, but what would happen is it generates the kelp blocks, sends them over into that minecart right there, which then comes across, fuels these happy little furnaces here. And then, bad things happen. And those bad things are, well, actually, they're not necessarily bad things. The thing is, it then brings the kelp over and fills these, right? To fuel these furnaces, which is great. The problem is I end up running out of fuel to smelt more kelp, and it ends up being a problem. So we're going to have to rig a system here too, to basically say, hey, if I'm running out of kelp, stop sending it over there, only fill up these, and then we'll send it back over there, okay? That way I can continuously make the fuel to keep things going, all right? So that's going to be the plan. Now, how this is going to work is going to be interesting-ish. Okay, so basically what I've got going on here, right? Let me free cam for a minute so you can see it, right? I've got the water stream, right? I've got the loop that everything runs through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend out my sorting system here so that basically I can add, I think, 8 more filters, assuming I've counted correctly, which, can I count correctly? Maybe. So yeah, so I'm going to see if I can add 8 more filters here. I might be able to squeeze in one more if I took out this slice that is currently kelp blocks. Actually, it's currently doing nothing. So that's cool. Oh no, it is kelp blocks. All right, cool. Because I'm not generating kelp blocks so fast that I need 2 hoppers here. So I might be able to squeeze it in, but I think for the most part, we're probably okay. Yeah, squeezing all of this in and around this redstone is going to be a problem, I think. So I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much, but I do want us to bring things over kind of like this, right? So we can fit one more filter here. Also a little bit of light, that'd be great. And then this one is actually not set up. We'll set that up. So there's 2 more over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more filters, okay? Which would be great, except I don't have enough redstone to do this. So we're going to have to take a quick trip back to the Badlands and go shopping, okay? Because I need the redstone. Is a problem. Okay. So let's see now. Also, I should probably chop that tree down because, you know, the thing. Oh, I did one other thing. I got to show you this real quick before I go there. So one of the problems I've been having irregularly, but still having is, now I'm stuck. Okay. Nope, I can't go that way. Sorry. I had the mine carts, right, that were zipping back and forth here. Well, occasionally they get stuck because things would unload and that does bad things to mine carts. So I rigged up a skulk sensor right here. And I may want to readjust this a little bit so that I can waterlog this, but I've got the skulk sensor. I've got a repeater sitting right here. And I have this, it's a calibrated skulk sensor, actually. So if it sees anything with a signal strength of 5, which basically is mobs dying or taking damage, then it will unleash the minecarts. So if I have guardians dropping down here, like that one right there, conveniently enough, it should. It didn't, but it should. Trigger stuff. We're assuming the minecarts didn't just break and die horribly, which is another problem I've been having, and I have yet to find a solution to that. Yeah, okay. So my minecarts have died horribly. So, you know, that's cool. It's one of those things I'm trying to solve. All right, hang on. Let me fix this. 1, 2. Okay. Don't worry about shoe buckling here, so, you know. All right, so one goeth thusly, and the other one goeth there. Okay. So yeah, that's the hope and dream that maybe this will help solve some of those problems, but if the minecarts just keep getting lost and destroyed, which is occasionally the problem, yeah, then I don't know what I'm going to do. But in the meantime, I need redstone. So let's leave that problem for future me, and let's figure out what the heck is happening here. Okay? All the happenings that you can hack. Okay? That's where we're at today. And again, extra special thank you to Microsoft, yeah, also. But Mojang for the Minecraft sponsorship. That'll be going for a couple of streams, I'm sure. So maybe. We'll see. Maybe it'll just be today. Who knows? We shall find out together. Or I will be lost and confused. Redstone. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Through the thing. Okay. Maybe those elevators were a bad idea. Okay. Just saying. All right, so let's grab some cash. All right, and buy some redstone. Hi. I would like all of your redstone, please. Preferably your finest, but at this point, I can't be choosy. I'm down to my last 24, and so I need all the redstone. And also, apparently, all the money. Okay. Hi, more emeralds, please. All right. The good news is, got a couple of rounds here, and this should be enough to do what I need to do. Okay, so hang on. Need more emeralds. So anyway, let's see what else is going on. Oh man, I have been watching Maul Shadow Lord, which dropped on Disney Plus. It's the latest in the line of Star Wars animated shows. And holy cow, that show is good. Hey, welcome in, Snoopers. Happy listening. Hopefully your work and stuff is not too, worky. But anyway, so Mole Shadow Lord, that has been amazing. First 2 episodes came out, said yesterday. And it is a beautiful show, man. So good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes. In other fun and exciting news, the Artemis 2 mission decided to go do a drive-by on the moon. So that was fun. They flew by, they shot it a bunch. Okay, with cameras, to be fair. I mean, NASA's only launched, warheads at the moon once that I'm aware of. So, it's a thing. But yeah. And that's cool. There were some amazing pictures and stuff that came out of it. I still can't get over the Nutella that photobombed the astronauts. That just gave me a chuckle. Yep. All right, now I left some quartz over here. Hello, quartz. Because I'm going to have to craft up some more thingamers. Thingamers? Yep, thingamers. That's totally the word I'm looking for. Okay. I had one of these that was partial. That's good enough for me. All right. Meanwhile, in words I'm just making up. Oh, I need sticks. Let's see if I have any. I mean, if only there were something. Oh, I'm out of sticks. Well, that's unfortunate. Not only am I out of sticks, yeah. I didn't leave any in the box. Oh, I probably don't need that many sticks. I didn't leave any in the box for sorting because I was slightly, silly. Okay. Gotta keep the golems happy, you know what I mean? All right, so let's see. All right, so I'm going to need torches. Okay, so that's sorted out. I'm going to need stuff and things. Looks like I'm okay with repeaters, so I just need some comparators, which should be okay for the moment. Great. Repeaters, comparators. Redstone dust is sort of helpful. All right. Oh, and I should have... Hang on. Do I have filter sticks? Yes. 8 times 5. All right, we shall make more filter sticks. Also, over the weekend, I managed to hit the ground a little harder than I was planning on. And I died. It was sad. All right. Let us make some filters. Oh, also, I'm going to need some more hoppers. So that's cool. But that's okay. Hoppers aren't too bad. I'm just crafting all the things here, aren't I? All right. So let's just fill these in so that if things come by, I don't have to worry about stuff. All right. So we go. Come on down. You're the next contestant. Oh, let's see. Oh, speaking of things that I screwed up, I accidentally put the podcast episode up for next week live just a little bit early on Spotify. So if you are wondering why there are 2 episodes in the feed this week, that's why. I done screwed up. It happens. I know, you're all shocked. Oh, good. Please don't wash out my redstone. Okay, I don't think it washed out anything important. Okay, good. Okay, because I'm definitely going to have to go move what's down there anyway, so. It's not horrible, but it's a thing. But let's see, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, so anyway, the Artemis mission was fun. I kind of put it on the background. I think I had a couple of other streams running at the same time because, you know, that was fun. All right, so, okay, oops. Okay, this would have been handy to do when I did it in the first place, but, you know. But anyway, it was fun. Turns out the mission commander has a little bit of a sense of humor, so, you know, that was fun. Okay. And there. All right, cool. So those are set up. Let's get the redstone torches in place. Okay. And I'm going to have to craft up a handful of smokers. Oh, right. Let's see. Also, I may have to deal with something here. I wasn't paying attention, so I might have to take this slice out because turns out I can't stick a hopper there. There's a thing in the way, so that's not ideal. I think I can still solve it, but that's going to be a little bit. No, I think I can move it. It's just going to be a little bit funky. So, okay. 'Tis fine, says the man who has no clue about what he's doing. I'm sure this is going to be a thing. Yeah, that jeez. Sorry, my noodles are crooked. I hate it when my noodles are crooked. All right, so let's go ahead and hop up there so that I can finish the. Well, that's not helpful. Well, cheese monkeys. Anyway, that was fun. Yeah. Go me. All right, so I think the redstone torches are in place. Let's go ahead and get these things in place. Okay. Get all of our comparators in. The filters are already set. So yeah, we should be getting close. All right. Yeah, this is all going to have to move, so we'll we'll deal with that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and no, let's deal with this now. Yeah, because this is all gonna have to move. And that's fine, because we're gonna have to do all sorts of silly redstone over here, so it's gonna be great. But first, we need smokers. So I need smokers and I need hoppers. On the plus side, I happen to have lots of something. Let's see, do I have... Boy, I do not have much in the way of logs. Okay. I'm sure this is totally fine. That's not enough ferni. Okay. No, this is actually great. All right, so let's go ahead. I need to create furnaces. Awesome. And then smokers. Also awesome. All right. Now, we're only going to see the 5 that are here, and that's fine. The others are going to sit behind the scenes and just be cool. Or, better yet, be hot and smoky. Okay. You know, y'all know people like that who are just hot and smoky. Sure, that's a thing. All right, so, all right, so what I need to do here, first of all, let's go ahead and put that kelp away. All right, so I need to move this. We'll deal with our crafting setup in a minute. Okay. But for, well, geez, monkeys. Oh, good. This is a place to be. Okay, no, I'm out. I'm totally out. This is, I absolutely wasn't about to get stuck in panic and things. I was totally fine. It was, everything was perfect and awesome. Just like things that are perfect and awesome and stuff. All right, so what I need to do, first off, let's go ahead and bring some hoppers. These, oh, I should actually craft those hoppers that I was going to craft that I totally forgot about. Yep, that's me. Hey, but hey, there's a crafting table right here, so that's cool. Okay. Throw that kelp in there. All right, so I'm going to need some of that, so I can make some of those. We're definitely going to need lots of hoppers, so. I can't go that way. Sorry, there's going to be many acts today, too. I've had so many acts. Many of you were fans of the old Kathy comic strip. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, so I think I can. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm going to have to replace these blocks, too. Okay. Yeah, because these blocks need to become stuff. They need to become hoppers. Okay. That's fine. For now, I think... Yeah, I have to solve that problem. Okay, because I do want this extra slice. Okay, I do. It's like when someone shows up with pizza and you just have to have the extra slice. That's kind of where I'm at. The problem is, wow. Okay. Do I have room for this? Hang on. I don't. Okay, because there's a thing there. Sure. Yeah, okay, I can do it this way. So this can go here. Okay, now that's currently set to 7. So I'm going to set it, actually I'm going to set it to 9, and I've got a reason for that. And the reason is, oops, okay, that was good. Go me. The reason is because I want to break all my blocks. That's the reason. The reason it's self-evident that I need all the blocks. No, the reason is that I had it set to 7 because that turned out to have been exactly the right number of, at the right power level so that it would filter, or it could run basically back and forth and drop 2 kelp blocks in each of these furnaces and in the smoker array. Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. So what I'm doing, I think, make sure I'm thinking about this correctly, is, oh, my minecart is stuck. Okay, right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll fix. Okay. Well, that's also fine. But oh, good. I didn't pick up the hopper minecart. No, everything is fine here. I'm not losing everything. It's okay. We're totally, excuse me, totally fine and stuff. Also, I think I managed to lose a bunch of things here. Probably lost them into one of these. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. All right. No, we're good. Everything is wonderful. So basically the idea here, put that back, is that you can see on the side here, there's the power levels, because I've got this resource pack that shows this cool stuff. With power level 7, that's 2 stacks plus 10. Well, I've got a stack of furnaces in the main cooker, so that's 2 stacks, and I had 5 smokers, right? 2 stacks of 10. Awesome. So when this hit power level 7, this would let go and let all of the stuff go. Great. But since I'm expanding the array, I need it to be at least power level 8. So that'll be the 2 stacks for the furnace, the big furnace array. And then because I'm going to have like 13 smokers, yes, this is 32, but that's fine. It just means there'll always be a couple of extra kelp blocks in the minecart. And setting it to 9 says that's 55. So, you know, maybe that's okay too. I don't know. Yeah, that is power level 9. So I could set that to 8. Right, which should be fine. Again, what is 8? 2 stacks and 32, which would be enough for 16 smokers. And I'm not going to have 16. I'm going to have 13. So I think we're okay. So let's get back up here. Hi. Okay, so that's there. I need output hopper goeth thusly. Okay, and then I need to fuel it. Right. Oh, it's already set for fuel. Cool. So I need to do the same thing over here. Right, where we're going to, yep. Oh, it's going to have to go. That's okay. We'll just move that too. All right. That one's annoying because I have to reset the power level, or the fill level, but it's okay. All right, where's my scaffolding? Okay, I can do these. Right. Okay, so minecart rails go back. Okay. Now I think we'll have enough of these that are going to be on that'll keep the minecarts or these rails powered, I think. Okay. All right, and I'm going to have to get some more hoppers, but that's okay. Okay. No. It would have been fine. It was just stupid. All right, let's go craft up a few more hoppers. Also, do I have barrels on me? I do. Perfect. Okay. Stuff. Okay. There we go. Grab those. We grab the hoppers. All the la-di-das. All right. So next thing I need to do is figure out what I'm doing. Oh, right. I have to do this from this side. Turns out it's getting really hard to navigate in here. It's a challenge. So basically what I'm doing here is I decided to rig a few things so that I'd have a little extra storage because I end up with a lot of kelp, okay? A lot of kelp. And I want to have some extra storage space for it. So, all right, I don't care. Nobody's going to see it. Does it bother me? Yes. Yes, it does. Again, do I care? Not really. I'd care more if I had an extra hopper. Okay. No, we're fine. Everything's fine here. Totally fine. Get to a crafting table. No, I mean, honestly, things, they'd be fine, I think. All right, so let's get this last hopper in place. And then, can I reach that from over here? Oh, not from over here. That would be silly. We'll come back up this side. Up, and away! All right, so what I need to do, right, that goes there. All right, cool. So now the kelp will flow into this barrel and then down into the chests, and all of our smoky goodness will happen. Just, fabulous. All right. So, next thing I need to do is I need to rig the crafter. And the crafter will just spit out into the waterway here, right? Because that's how that works. Also, I apparently need inventory space. When do I not need inventory space? Okay, probably at some point. Right, I don't need those anymore. I will need that momentarily. We'll need that. I'm actually going to need these. Wow, look at all the stuff I'm actually going to need. All right, that's probably close enough. All right. Oh, well, hey, I had a silk touch shovel, so that's handy. All right, so let's clear this out. Now, some of you might be wondering about these note blocks. These are for a little audio output, which is actually handy when things are going. So that's fun. All right, so if I were to place this somewhere, where would I put it? Oh, I guess. I mean, this could go right here, I suppose. Do I want to make use of this space here? Let's make use of this space here, and I'll just make water happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do... I think this can go here. That's a smoker. Let's try this again, this time with the right thing. Crafter. Okay. Crafter goes there. We target block is going to come up this way. Like so. Oh yeah, this is going to make all the sense in the world once I get out of my own way. All right. Yeah, now this is fairly straightforward. For those of you who have dealt with... Uh-oh. All right, I need to be sure this is actually going to work. I don't want to accidentally power this hopper, so this could be an issue. All right, so that's going to go like that. All right, so if this has something in it, right, which, okay. Oh, here, let's just go ahead and redirect this, or add the hopper here that I need, like so. All right. Great. Okay, so now we have, oh, haha. All right. So this is trying to do things. It can't because it's not enough to craft stuff. If I were to put, okay, the leaves are working their way through there. Perfect. That's flashing, so that's probably enough. Wow, I need to ban somebody on Kick. So yeah, it's great. All right. Okay, but anyway, so this should be fine. Now I suppose, right, because kelp doesn't do anything here, so it would be nice to actually slap that on a comparator. That's what I had before. But I guess that's loud and obnoxious. Or it would be if you didn't have a resource pack or something. Okay. So yeah, so if I want to do that, then yeah, I'm gonna have to, let's move this. Darn it. Sorry, I'm welcome to Indecisive Theater, brought to you today by me. All right, so let's try this again. This time with, you know, the right way of doing things. All right, so that'll go there. We're gonna lose that hopper forever. Cool. I mean, it's up in the system. I suppose I can go get it. But all right. Right, so that's gonna go kind of sort of like that. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can actually, can I recover my, probably. I can probably get my hopper back. Am I really that desperate for hoppers? Actually, kind of, sort of, yeah. Okay, it should meander past here in a minute. There we go. Got it. Okay. Sweet. Alrighties. Next step is to get this wired up. However, I'm going to have to take a quick bio break, unfortunately. I don't know why I went right before stream, but it is what it is. So I will be back in just a moment. Yep, this hill is very slowly eroding away. It must be geological forces. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything I'm doing. Right? Because of, you know, reasons or something. Right? Yeah, that's it, reasons. Sorry, get to my age, and sometimes you just have to deal with those things. sooner rather than later. Okay. All right, so... Oh, I should probably jump back to the game, huh? I know, right? First, I have to get up and go to the bathroom like 45 minutes into stream, and then I totally forget to turn off the BRB screen. Because, you know, that's a thing that apparently I do too. So, yeah. We are dealing with the most professional of streams, apparently, here. So, you know, just in case you were wondering. All right, so I need, that goes there. These goes here. And then we compost. All right, just need to get this up to 8, which I'm gonna have to get more leaves. Stupid, unreliable leaves. You'd think leaves would be more reliable, but no. They just sit there hanging around on trees until winter comes, and then they just slough off and die. Trees are just... Leaves are just, you know, lazy and stuff. That's what it is. Totally what it is. All right. There it goes. Okay. Sweet. All right, so now this should be good. So if we have stuff in there, the crafter's not going to try to go until things happen. Now, the bad news is, I think, do I have a bucket? The bad news is, that is not where the water needs to be. So let's pull out some bucket technology. All right. So we are coming in right here. Cool. Yeah, so that would go there. If I just bucket that. Oh, perfect. Hey, it's amazing. Amazing things are happening here, people. You thought it was just going to be a confusing redstone stream, and you're right. It totally is. But, hey, at least something is working. Okay. Now, I probably don't need this here anymore. So we'll go and pull that out. Sweet. All right. So we're back to crafting all the things. Right, so we'll get all of our happy little... Oops, that's not where that goes. All of our happy little kelp blocks will end up back in the system where they belong. Okay? So that I can cook all the things, which is great. All right, next. So that was that step. Okay, now let's go ahead and just throw the smoker back into the system so that it can go there. Now here's where things are going to get really weird. I need some minecarty goodness. Now, minecarts, and by minecarts I mean rails, but you know, it's the same thing, right? Minecarts, rails, yeah. It totally makes the sense and stuff. All right, so what I want to do, see, that has to be there. That's fine, I guess. It's in the way, but you know, what isn't? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some signal off this way. That way. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want to do. If... Oh, nope, it does have to be down here. Okay. So basically, what I want to do is if this hopper is empty, okay, and I might rig one of those down there too, okay. But if this hopper is empty, can I squeeze in here? Apparently not. This is a no squeeze zone. Okay. I bet some of you know people like that. This is just like, nope, this is a no squeeze zone. We are not squeezy. Maybe you are that person, and that's perfectly fine. Embrace your not squeezy. Maybe telling you to embrace your not squeeziness is the wrong turn of phrase. That's now just doubling down on the weird squeeziness, and not sure we're ready for that. Okay, so what I need to do is basically, if we're pulling signal off here, basically is, that's the wrong hopper. That's the output hopper. Excuse me a minute while I remember which hopper I need to be looking for. It's the fuel hopper I need to worry about. Right, so I need to be reading off of that one. Like there. Okay, cool. That goes away. That goes away. Yeah, that one goes away too. I mean, it's fine. It's not hurting anybody. But no, it's in the way, and therefore it must go. Okay. This is just how this goes. And boy, it's tight back here. Okay. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. We're going to let it go. All right, so basically what I want to do is, if we have stuff there, then we'll get a redstone signal going this way. This track is in the way, so let's do something about that. Do I happen to have... I don't. I was going to see if I had some more chiseled blocks, but not on me, so let's go. I know I've got some in the storage, so let's go pull some out of here. Right. Yeah, stack is fine. One stack is sufficient for my needs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this. It's not that big a deal. I think if I just chug this down like so, I think this should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Grab that lever. It goes there. Yeah, because basically all I need to do here is just move this track down like, oh, hi. Why am I short a track? What? Why? How? Who? Is there a question I didn't ask correctly there? Why am I short a track? Okay. Yeah. That's probably not going to come back to bite me somewhere. Okay. Cool. So now this is all set. The minecart will run this way and then down here, and everything will be lovely. Wonderful. And then this minecart over here. Ouch. Oh, there's the rail. Ah, found it. Also, this block doesn't need to be here. Cool. Okay, and then this track. No, actually, I should just leave it there. This minecart will occasionally run over here. Oh, this is an interesting problem. Hang on, I need to test. I need a hopper. I need a hopper minecart. I also only need one of those crafting tables. Yeah, so what I might have done is really broken things. Okay, so we may have to fix it. So what we might have done is, yeah, we're going to just make a chest card out of it. This is fine. Oh, actually, this is a chest card anyway. Right? No. Yeah, this is the chest minecart. This is the input line. This is a chest minecart. That's the output line. The fuel line is currently up there. It's going to move in a minute. So I don't have to worry about. What I was worried about is if I put a hopper minecart here, right? And then, come here. Come here. I can do it. I can jump. Right, and I put a chest minecart here. And if I put stuff in it, okay. I was worried that it was going to pull stuff out, but the good news is that it doesn't. But even better, I'm not using hopper minecarts there. So, cool beans. Seriously, these are beans that have been sort of sitting in the fridge for a couple of days. They're kind of chill. All right. So, what am I doing? Okay, so this is now going to come this way. Okay, so if that is full, all right, this track is going to have to move. So we'll deal with that in a minute. All right. Yeah, so if there's anything in there, so basically what I'm going to have to do is make some decisions on whether or not this is powered. And I can tap into any of these. But I'm most concerned, I think, just about this first one. Because really what I would want is an and. So if this is empty and this is empty and this is empty and this is empty, right, going down. But I think I'll just cheat and say if this one is empty, maybe I'll pop off of this one too. It won't matter if that one's got stuff in it and that one doesn't. Yeah, I really do need an and here. Okay. So, wonder, let's see, if I were to, okay, I'm about to do something really scary here. Hang on. So if I power that, okay, it's not powering the line up here on the sorter. So that's good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, yeah, if there is something in that hopper, that'll turn off, which is fine. I was just hoping to be able to compare to some of these others at the same time, but okay. Maybe I'm fine. Because if this is a NOR gate. Okay, so basically here's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I think some of these here in the middle are fine. I can't get to anything over here. Okay. Yeah, no, we're totally fine and stuff. Okay, so if I were to pull signal off of here. All right, and I can't reach any of that, so cool. Hey, I have trap doors. Those are useful. All right. Too useful. Awesome, cool. All right, so that goes there. That put that block in here. That's fine. This block is not necessary. Okay. Though I may put in a prismarine block there just to make some. There's some prettiness reasons for that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, see, this will turn off. Right, so this one might be on. Would that actually do what I want it to do? I mean, basically, if any of these beyond the first one has stuff in it, like those ones do, it'll turn things off. So am I just pulling a representative sample? Maybe. Maybe. Representatives are fine and stuff, right? That's the theory. Okay. So that would go up like so. Hang on. Let it go. Let it go. All right. I can't place anything. Oh, that's a repeater. Try this again with something useful. Right. So that would go there, and then I would torch here as well. All right. Now, those are blocks. Sorry. You want to be dust, but you're not. Okay, because that's empty too. Like I said, I'm going to be moving this track here in just a minute. So we'll deal with that. So basically, if I have stuff in this hopper is an important one. Because of reasons. No, it's... Hang on, I'd have to... Wow, where did that go? Is it stuck in there? Yes, okay, cool. All right, like I said, I need to move this track, so we'll put it back. I promise. It'll totally be put back and stuff. Okay, so... The idea here is if we're coming off of this... Oh, why am I out of stone? I'm out of smooth stone. This is a disaster of epic proportions or something. Fortunately, I've got a little bit extra. This is one of the things I did while I was testing the furnace array, as I just threw a full shulker box full of stone into the system. And I'll show you how this works in a minute. It's really cool. But. Oh, so much butter. Okay. Cool. So now this is going to come that way. All right. So really, does any of this matter? I mean, this is powered. If that's off, I don't know. I don't know if this matters at all. What am I doing here? Does any of this make sense? I don't think so. Yeah, honestly, if I just check the first one and the last one, maybe that'll be enough. Maybe that will be enough. And then... Okay, so then what I would have to do is come off of here. Yeah, so basically if those are empty, which they both are, right, if I were to put something in there, oh good, I can't reach anything. Hi. I would like to have some of your kelp, please. Great. Okay, we'll worry about that in a minute. But if I were to have kelp in this last one, that turns off, and we're still off because I don't have any kelp in this hopper here. Okay, that's gonna be fine. All right, I can live with that. I wonder if I... Come on, jump down. Right, so if I were to have... I'd have to... Okay, like, I'd have to rig this a little bit differently, I think. But... Let's see. I was just wondering if I could tap another one in here and just and this whole mess. But no. No. It really is just a binary thing. Okay, cool. I can live with that. So now the question is, how do I get that signal to someplace useful? All right. Nice. So what I'm going to do is let's grab some more of this. This rail is going to come this way. All right. Cool. I think it's actually... What might be good, I might just bounce it all the way here. That might work. Okay. So what I want to do then is if I bring this rail across like so. Of course, it's right in the middle of my scaffolding, but yeah, what else is new? All right. So basically what I want to do is I want to put some rail here, there, and there. Okay. Like that. Now, right, so this would all go this way. Let's see. Do I have levers? Levers. Of course I don't have levers. Why would I have levers? I never have levers. I want levers all the time, and I always end up being out of levers because of reasons and stuff. No. Come on, man. Get your levers together, right? Get all of your levers and just make them do levery things, okay? We are talking about like a lever action system here, and it needs levers, okay? This. I can't craft things. I don't have skills anymore. I'm so flustered from my lack of levers. I don't know what I'm going to do. My levers are all gone. All right, moving on. Let's, yeah. Okay. This is making sense, I think. Okay. Well, I've got to move that. Well, again, lots of things are happening in the future. It's okay. So, couple of things. First off, this needs to be powered. I think I'll just power it from here. That should work, right? Yep. Okay. This will need to be powered. We'll get some powered rail. Turns out I'm moving things around, therefore I need to move my rail. Okay. Okay, so that goes there. We're going to have powered rail cometh that way. I'm just going to keep breaking this block over and over again because that's cool. All right, and then I can just slap down some. Oh. Apparently I was doing it like this. You know what? I'm going to change this to a lever just because it's less messy, right? That's how that works. Okay. Okay, so many rail noodles. All right, so basically what I want to do then is base off of what's happening over here. I need to change the signal on that turn. Okay, so power like this. And is it right? Something like this. Okay. Now what I'm hoping here is that this will be really simple and I won't accidentally lock something because that would be really, really awkward. Okay. All right. Now let's see what that did to that turn up there. Okay, that did nothing, which is kind of what I want, actually. All right, so now let's go ahead and run some power here. Oh, and this does need to have a repeater on it, so the power goes the right way. Okay, so what happens here if I were to power this? Nothing? Cool. No, this is great and stuff. I think I need to have a repeater here just to. Okay, so that's powered. If this is then powered, nothing happens to that block, which is cool. Okay. So, no, that's fine. I can just move this down. Okay. Oh yeah, we are definitely deep in the noodles. All of my redstone noodles. This is just, it's fine, right? It's absolutely those are blocks. Okay. So redstone dust would go like that. Okay. So this is fine. My logic might be backwards here, so I may have to reverse this. But the idea then is if that's powered, that turns off. Okay. So right now, this would go feed the rest of the furnaces. And then if it's powered, it still feeds the furnaces. Cool. Okay, we'll just do it this way. Yeah, no, this is wonderful. Right. So I need another piece of rail. Okay. Yeah, no, this is great. So that will go there. This all will come out. The powered rail over here. And then what should happen is if I were to power that, right, that goes that way. Oops. And then it goes back. All right. That should be good. Now I should be able to fix some logic. And I hope this works. Yeah. He's confusion stream. We know how much we all like confusion streams. This is, you know, I listen to people like Tango Tech and Impulse SV who say, yeah, what idiot does redstone on camera? This one, this idiot does redstone on camera. All right. So right now, this is if I don't have anything in these hoppers, right? This hopper is fine. This turns off. That hopper over there is empty. Okay. Fall over. That's cool. Yeah, this hopper over here is empty. Which one am I measuring? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one right here is empty, so I don't have enough fuel in it to do stuff. Okay, so then this signal turns off. Okay, so what I need to do, I think, is, oops, no, that's fine. I need to take this down and put a redstone torch there and just invert that signal. All right, so now, basically, I need fuel in the furnaces, which means the minecart will come this way, and zigzag around, bounce off there, and go back. Okay. I think that'll work. And then when it adds another couple of things, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to have to test this and see. But I think that's going to be sufficient. So here's where things are going to get fun and scary. So let's go ahead and pull those out. Sure. No, this is fine. All right. The kelp is first going to show up here. Okay. So for the moment, right, there's kelp in there, so now this is fine. That one's empty, though. And then that's also now empty because the kelp's now in the furnace. So basically, the idea is that there can be kelp in the smokers, and that's fine. It's just, are there blocks in these? Okay. Oh, yeah. That's where that other smoker thing went. Okay, hang on. I was kind of wondering why I had that extra smoker, and I just thought, hey, I'm silly. I'll just not worry about it. No, I know why now. I think I'm gonna have to readjust my chest a little bit, which is fine. What am I missing? I'm missing smokers is what I'm missing. Wow, look at all the stuff that ended up over here. The golems, they try to do okay. Now the sticks, at least I can justify because I pulled stuff out and didn't put it back. But you know, the golems, they try their best. They're not great, but they try. Okay, so let's see. Do I have hoppers? I don't. Okay, let's grab some hoppers. All right, that should be enough. Actually, it's not going to be enough. That should be enough. Okay. And I'm going to have to re-rig some of these, the chests that are up top. Okay. But that's okay. So now if I slide under here, right, I do have a filter right here. Very much so. Yep. Cool. I'm going to turn this one this way. Doesn't matter. You can't see it from the other side, but if I'm back here, I can see it, and that's good. Okay. Oh, maybe I don't have to worry about rejiggering chests. Okay, cool. So those will go there. I do need to check, make sure I didn't just drop a block into a place where I can't do anything with it. Okay. And I'm stuck. Cool. No, everything's great here. And then I'm out of... Hey, at least I have like a bunch of crafting tables on me. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't carry like 10 crafting tables on me. That would just be weird. Okay, that goes there. Those go that way. And then I need to crawl under here. All right. And hopper and hopper. Perfect. All right. Cool. So now we should be set with the smokers. Do I want to shift this comparator over? I think I kind of do. All right. All right, so that would go there. Take that out. And take this out too. All right, so we'll have to go down there, pick up my all the leftover weird bits. That's okay. Leftover weird bits are fun. All right. Cool beans. So now we are reasonably well set, I suppose. I don't have any fuel in that first furnace, though, which is not ideal. Okay. Heck, that's not even... yeah, that was just totally not right. Okay. Hang on, I've got to sort my rail out up there. Okay. Right, so that goes there. Cool. All right, so now, again, we're lacking in any sort of fuel here. So let me see if I can steal a little bit here so I can get this guy smoking. The rest of them are going to be sort of out of luck until we get everything in place, but that should get things started, I hope. Oh, this is a tangled web of crazy nonsense, but should we test it? Yeah, let's go ahead and test it. Unfortunately, testing it makes the server sad. Yeah, it's... we do end up with a sad server, but not for very long, right? The frame rate only drops for a minute, right? Okay, so I have this currently rigged up so that it will only trigger the front half of the farm, okay? I just broke the circuit back here so it doesn't trigger the back half. And right now the clock is off. I'm just going to hit this by hand. Okay. So that's going to start farming some kelp. All right. Now, what happens, of course, is the kelp. Here, we'll just jump back in here. Right? The kelp will sort of flow. Eventually it floats up right over the top on top of the ice. Right? And this happens all the way back there. I know you can't see it. All the way back there if I run that back flying machine. But it doesn't matter. It all will end up flowing up here over the ice into the water stream and eventually upstairs. Okay? Right? You can see it going up there. All right. Cool. So then what ends up happening up here is... oh, hang on. We must... right? It's going to flow across all of these hoppers. Right? Now, it flows in so fast, the hoppers can't keep up, which is good in a way because then it means it's going to distribute all of this kelp across all of these hoppers. Okay. So what we should be seeing here soon. Yeah, see, this guy is smoking. Most of those are smoking. That one seems to be not. Let's be sure I didn't accidentally drop a... let's climb up here. Be sure I didn't actually drop something in it. Nope, that one just doesn't have fuel. Cool. All right, so a lot of these aren't going to have fuel, so we're going to deal with a lot of nothing going on here at the moment. This one didn't get anything in it. Weird. Is that... huh. Why isn't this one getting any stuff into it? All right, time to go up top and check the filters. In any case, stuff should be going. We should, yep, we're getting... yeah, the kelp blocks are getting spit out, so that's great. Oh, that can go away, actually. All right. So it's going to start filling that. I need to check those filters. What would be the best way of getting up there? How do I get up there? Woohoo! Not that way. Okay. Yeah. So that's... Hang on. I'm going to check all these filters. They should be all right, but... Oh, that one's not. That would explain why. Okay. This one needs some kelp in it. All right. Cool. All right, so looks like most of the kelp actually got picked up, so that's good. Let's see, where's the best place of seeing that? Right, so if we come up and look at these chests, oh yeah, this is great. See, well, what I was seeing before is these chests were just completely full. Okay, so I still don't know why that one didn't get anything in it, but okay. I'll have to keep an eye on that, but it might just be a trick of how the hoppers worked. Okay, because oh, I guess I don't go that way. Wow, cool. All right, so let's hang on. Hang on, we got it. We got it. Yeah, all the kelp went in there. Why didn't any of it go into this? Okay. Probably because it was going in one at a time, so that's fine. But I only filled up all of these hoppers. Okay. And I didn't fill up the chests. So that's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing. That means I might actually have enough capacity here to deal with multiple runs of or both sides of the kelp farm. Now, we're definitely cooking, right? We've got stuff going and at least a few of these. Right, those ones are the original, so they've got a lot. This one won't have much. I mean, okay, that one has a lot in it, but all right, but what I should start seeing here as it goes through, just come on, up's a daisy. Wow, I can't stand on anything. I'm that skilled. All right, so what we're waiting for here is 2 stacks and 32, okay? Which we're definitely not at yet. Okay. So basically we're bringing in 1 kelp block every few seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so about 4 or 5 seconds. Which is good. That's a little bit more, like it takes 6 seconds, I think, to smelt something. So we're doing okay there. So let me go kick off the second farm. Right, so we'll kick. Now that one has a lot more kelp to it because the farm is taller. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kick it that way. All right. But in all honesty, I think if I should be able to re-enable that. I don't know, we'll see. I do have to slow the clock down a little bit. Because, I don't know, maybe we'll be okay with as much storage capacity and as the number of smelters that we have. But I had the clock set. It's basically a full etho clock, and that is way too fast. Okay, we're kicking through here. All right. Yeah. Some of these ones, this one's a little bit of a mess, but these other ones, they're starting to fill up, but I think we're okay for the moment. Hang on. I need to see the water channel. Yeah, see, this kelp is going to circle the drain here for a little bit because it takes some time for these hoppers to fill up. Right? I mean, a hopper can only pull basically 20-something items at a time, and it will... Oh, hang on. I guess I picked all of that up. That's cool. Deal with that in a sec. Yeah, see, these guys will fill up. Eventually, it'll fill this mess up. Okay. Yeah, you can see basically it's pulling one at a time out of that stream, which is fine. It just means it's slow. Okay, which, again, fine. Let's go ahead and drop all that kelp I picked up. All right. Throw that back into the system. And we should, hang on, I'm just going to free cam down here for a minute. Yeah, all of the kelp has worked its way through here. I do have one minor problem right here. I will occasionally get kelp that runs down here and gets stuck. And I haven't decided the best way of solving that problem yet. I think there's a good way to do it, but I haven't figured it out yet. So right now we're losing some, but that's kind of okay. Right? Or I'm not... I don't know, where did I get this spruce trap door? Oh, I know where. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, so let's hop over here and take a look at how this is filling up. So yeah, some of these... Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. The minecart's not supposed to stop. Why are you stopped? Oh, because, yeah, we're definitely unpowered here. That's not great. Okay. There. Now it should always be powered. All right. All right. So this is going to fill up again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's a problem. Because I need to be sure these are always powered, and yeah, that's a thing. I think what I can do, can I... We'll see. This might not be enough. Because I think they only go like 8 blocks. So, yeah, what I might have to do here. Okay, I think I can do it this way. So if I pull up like this. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be... I think this will be okay. Oh, I can't go through there. That's a... All right. Yeah, no, I'll just... Yeah, I'm just going to take this out. We're not getting enough blocks at that much of a speed that I have to worry about it. So this is going to go away. Okay, cool. And now what I'm going to do is let's shift this over a little bit. Okay, so we're going to bring powered rail this way. Okay. Okay, let's be sure I didn't accidentally end up with powered rail in that hopper. I did. Okay, cool. All right, so that goes there. This goes here. And then what I can do is I can just power this. All right, we're going to do it this way. All right. So that'll go like that. And then this I can put here, which should be fine. That'll power that rail, which should keep things running. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's the plan. Where was that repeater just sort of floating? Or it's comparator, I guess. All right. Hang on. I can do it. I can do it. All right. Nice. So I think that's good. But we are definitely out of kelp. At least it's not running around the top anymore. This is full. So we're starting to smelt. I don't have enough. Let's see. Why is that one? Oh, right, because I don't have any kelp in that that hopper, so that's off. Okay. And then the same with this one has kelp in it. Okay. So that's on. So basically it's just waiting. That one's got kelp. This guy over here doesn't. So all of our fuel mine carts, when they run, will bounce over here. I think this is going to work. Right, that's the idea. So, yeah. So we need to fill up a little bit more, but once we do, that's going to go. All right, sweet. Now, while that's doing its thing, let me show you how the cool bit here. Right? So, let's just throw a stack of stone in here, okay? Put it in the chest, hit the button, it goes off, okay? And it's going to run across here, right, all the way down to the far end over there. And once there are things in these hoppers to pick up, the output chest cart, actually, runs away, comes down here to pick stuff up. Now, this is a huge waste of kelp. But see, we had that little ding that says, hey, we're ready for more input. Let's, I don't know what else I would want to smelt, but, oh, you know what? Let's actually maybe smelt some copper while we're... But you hear that ding that just happened a minute ago? That second ding? That was the, hey, the output chest is back. Okay, which is cool. So, you should always empty the output chest first. And then close that. All right, so let me do this. So yeah, so that's the idea. And I put in the audio cues so that I could hear when things were not happening and stuff like that, or I could hear, oh yeah, it's back. Because if I'm cooking, right, a large number of things, I would like to know when that's happening, right? So let's go ahead and throw those 4 in there and let that go. And that should be enough for the moment. Okay. All right. Right, so that's how that works, is now this will run. Okay, we're still waiting for some output. There it goes. And I put these banners back here. You probably saw them while I was messing with the redstone. But that way, it kind of blocks the view back into that whole mess. Okay. Is it perfect? Yeah, not so much, but it's not bad. All right. Now, where are we doing? Okay, so there's... Oh, I guess it's probably done. Oh, yep. Okay. Occasionally you hear that little click. That's the fuel chest going. And the fuel chest, it goes and comes back. So So yeah, so we're doing okay. So I should be having, yeah, see, I've got fuel, not a lot of fuel, but I have fuel in all of these. Okay. Yeah, this does occasionally lock this this hopper, but it just flashes it for a second, so it's okay. But this is the other thing I have to keep track of is, oh, looks like there's our output back. See? Nice, fast, wonderful. But I need to be sure I'm actually keeping enough, or I'm getting enough fuel cooked to keep the smokers alive. Because if the smokers run out of fuel, then they stop making more fuel. Okay, and that's a problem, turns out. So hopefully, hopefully we can keep things running here. So I've got enough fuel coming through here that I can keep the smokers cooking, and then eventually I'll have extra then to feed the rest of the furnaces. Yeah, see, that's going. Okay, those big ones are. Okay, but yeah, see, now we've got 4 there. Okay, and it dropped back down to 3, but we are. I do seem to be keeping ahead of things here, which is good. Okay, I think this is okay. How am I doing on the chests up here? Okay. Again, this one was weird, but the rest of these, yeah, see, I've got a lot of kelp. A lot of kelp. And if I come down here, this kelp farm is probably just about, well, maybe it's about halfway. Oh, do I still have the gamma? Oh, no, it's just, with the kelp, it's actually, not blocking the light. Okay. So yeah, so there's a lot of kelp here. If I can rig up a slow enough clock, and I think I know how I want to do that, but it's going to involve a villager, so I'm going to have to get a villager over here. And I do get glow squid in here, so that's cool. I should, if I were to get a couple of axolotls in here, yeah, that would actually be cool. If I can get a couple of axolotls in here to kill the glow squid when they spawn. Because I don't know that they'll spawn often. I've got a lot of light in here, so that's stopping the glow squid. If I wanted to have more glow squid, I'd turn off the lights. Which I still might do. Because, hey, I've been wanting a glow squid farm for a while, so, But yeah, if I were to get a couple of axolotls in here, that might deal with any glow squid. And then I could actually have glow squid. That would be really handy. Yeah, I might have to set up a little axolotl tank and breed some. But in any case, we're getting a lot of kelp. It's way too much. So yeah, I just need to set the timer up so it's slow enough. And right now, so I'm thinking basically daily. But yeah, so that's kelping along just fine. We are kelp block positive, which is good. I said I wasn't, the way this farm was working before. Oh yeah, the original ones said have a lot. The way this farm was working before, I wasn't keeping up, right? I was burning through kelp faster than I was creating it. And now I think I'm actually now kelp block positive. Because now I've got this rigged up so that all of the kelp that gets generated for fuel until these hoppers start to fill up right, they're just going to bounce. So all of my fuel will happen here, and nothing will get over here until these are starting to get full. Okay, so that's going to take some time, but I think this is good. I think this is very good. This is important. You kind of have to pull all of the stuff out of the output chest. I made that mistake. I forgot to empty this chest before I put more stuff in, and this was completely full, and it wasn't picking up any new items. And until those hoppers are empty, the output chest doesn't come back. So that was a problem. Okay. You know, I need a copper chest here. What would be a... Let's do copper over here. Yeah, so this will be fine. We'll do copper here. Okay. Put that nugget away. Nice. But I like how fast this is. And the thing is, because I'm fueling these with kelp blocks, right? Each kelp block cooks 20 items. So if you're throwing in any less than 20 stacks, you end up wasting some kelp blocks, which in the long term is not going to be a problem. We're going to have so much kelp, it won't be an issue. But for right now, I suppose it's slightly wasteful, but that's okay. So let me rig this back up so that we're using both farms. Okay. No, this is fabulous. So for now, we'll just manually trigger the farm. Oh, right. All of the flying machines were on that side. They'll sweep back this way. They don't go forward and back. They go to one side, and then I trigger them, and they go back to the other. Okay, so yeah, so we get all of this kelp, which I don't even want to know. I really don't want to know why that kelp still exists. Probably for it. This is the existential kelp, right? This kelp lets us know that we can persevere even when all of our kelp has been cut out from underneath us. We too continue to grow, right? That's what this kelp means. That's totally not a bug. It has deep spiritual meaning. Yeah. Anyway, so the kelp, it does eventually float up to the surface. Either that or I totally lagged out the server, one of the two. Okay. Yeah, it does eventually float up. See, there it goes. It just took it a minute. Okay. Yeah, it just took it a minute. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I'd have to lower this. I'd have to lower one side or the other. Maybe this side. And have that flow over. I can't have just like an ice block where it'll slide across. Otherwise, just like this, the kelp will get stuck. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that is a full dealy bob right there. Okay. And this is the same thing. It's 8 blocks. That's 8 blocks. All right. I think I'm just going to take the I don't care approach. All right. That's fine. Anyway, so we should have a lot of kelp sitting out here in this farm. Again, with the falling. I have that rogue trapdoor here, right? Okay, I'll just put that there. All right. So yeah, see, we've got a lot of kelp. So I don't have enough smokers to actually keep up with the full output of the farm, which is why I have to slow it down. Okay. And basically just run this every couple of Minecraft days. Not often. Okay. Not often. Now, what I might be able to do, unfortunately, these are sort of on the wrong side. What I might be able to do, let's see. See, there's the farm. Could I... Sorry, I'm zipping around with FreeCam here for a minute. I'm just wondering if I could somehow read, like, these chests, maybe. And just see if I could get a signal down there. I don't know. And just say, hey, when this is empty, fire the farm off again. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Okay, I want to check some output here. As long as the barrels are empty, we should be okay. So yeah, it's gonna take a long time. I actually don't have enough. Oh, bummer. I just don't have enough furnaces to smokers to deal with this ridiculously overpowered kelp farm. Okay. So another thing I could do, and it's actually not a bad idea, is I could take that last chest, which isn't going into anything. I mean, it is, right? But if I took this chest and had it... Oh, hang on. I'm in the way. Why did you go that way? Probably because there's stuff in that hopper. Okay, yeah. That would explain it. Okay, so... However, what I'm going to do is, because... Oops, these guys are not that full. I need to clean this one out. Okay. Stick it back in, but I need to, I really do need to be sure that all of the other furnaces are filling up, or the other smokers. Okay, so we'll let that redistribute the wealth. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I filled that one. Yeah, that one's pretty well set. This guy, oops, has a... Okay. I don't know if I might have filled that one. Really, it's these ones on this side I need to be checking. But again, they are absolutely keeping up. So that's a win. That is 100% a win. Okay. So I'm going to come back to oh, okay. Now I see another problem, but that's okay. We're starting to back up here. This is not processing fast enough. Okay, so what I can do then is either need 2, which, you know, would be okay. Yeah, because having 2 of those would be fine. I would just have to get stuff that, or I need to get kelp into this faster. Because, yeah, there's a lot of kelp there. All right. And I really don't want this one to fill up and prevent this guy from cooking. So yeah, let's see. How do I want to do that? Do I have space over here? I do. Except I can't put hoppers underneath those. That would pull kelp blocks, and I can't do that. And I don't really have space over this way. So okay. All right, so I'm going to have to change this. How do I want to change this? Let's... Okay, let's move this. Stick another hopper right there. Okay, now, obviously, it's not making anything. So we're going to change that right now. Okay. All right, so we're going to come off the backside here. All right, which will work just fine. All right, so we're going to rebuild this again. You know, just because. So that goes there. We block that off. Redstone dust, go with thusly. All right. Cool. So that's just going to definitely chuck all the stuff. All right. And we should be filling this a little bit faster. Okay. Yeah, so this, right, so that's emptying out, that's empty, and yeah, now hopefully we're keeping up with this now. Okay, which is good, because now that means we're going to be making those kelp blocks even faster than we were, which is a win. What happens... Okay, hang on. I need to... What happens if this turns on? Okay, is that still... That's still clicking. Okay. All right, that's good. It's a little bit worried that, hey, it's no longer needing fuel, so let's just stop making it. That's not at all what I need to happen. Okay. But yeah, this is good. Yeah, now having double hopper feeding into the crafter, that's keeping up with the kelp just fine. Yeah, see, occasionally it will start to back up here, but then the extra hopper takes care of it and everything's good. So yeah, we're great. So that's good. And we're no longer flashing these hoppers back here, which is also wonderful because you don't want to be flashing hoppers, okay? If you want to be flashing things, you know, there are probably many things that can be flashed, but hoppers probably don't need to be one of them. Okay, but that also means we are going to be getting kelp blocks a lot faster, or at least a little bit faster. All right, so let's meander over here. Take a look. All right, so let's see. See when the next one comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is slightly faster. It's about a second faster. So we're getting one every 4 seconds instead of one every 5, which isn't necessarily a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I'll take it. So yeah, basically this will fill up to, again, 2 stacks and 32. it will drop off, the 24 or 26. 26? Yeah, 13 times 2, right? Maybe I only have 12. Anyway, it'll drop off 2 for every thing that it goes by. And yeah, so we end up with extra here. But every time this then fills up, it'll restock, and that'll restock that faster than we're burning through it in the furnaces. So that is a good thing. Yes, these are all trucking along back here. Okay, that's perfect. That is just peachy. Okay. Hey, I like it when things work. Okay, so this is going to take a little while to finish cooking through all of this kelp. Which is why I'm going to need a really, really slow clock or some other signal to trigger the kelp farm. So, let's see. So what do we say about doing something else then? Should we go get... okay. Should we go get some, I don't know, other things? Other things. Yeah, should we go get some axolotls? I should be able to breed up a bunch here because we've got, I'm in an ocean with tropical fish. Oh, hang on. Let's put the powered rails away. Yeah, so we could go breed up a couple of axolotls, and I don't know that I'm going to need a lot of them in there, but 2 probably is going to be enough. Yeah, so let's go get some axolotls, and we'll breed up a couple of them, and everything should be lovely. Obviously, I need to go get some tropical fish because that's a thing too. Right, up this way, and we do the thing. Oh, no, we put the ores in there. All right, I just drop off stuff. Again, this mostly works. Oh, the clay, I don't think I actually have a filter for. Everything else kind of, I do, should end up someplace. All right. So we'll send that right on its merry way. All right. Let's go get some axolotls. I might even have a pool I could breed them in. Yeah, because that would be cool. Now, I suppose there's a possibility the axolotls could get squished by the flying machine. But for the most part, it's slime blocks, and it should just bounce them out of the way. So it should be okay. I don't think they'll die. The only thing that's kind of stopping me from really turning off the lights in there, which would totally help with the glow squid thing, is that is an ocean, and there is the possibility of having drowned spawn in there. Ooh. All right. And I don't want to have to deal with the drowned, because the drowned will kill the axolotls. I mean, the axolotls will try to kill the drowned too, but they absolutely will try to, end up fighting to the death. Okay. Conveniently enough, these are named Squid Killer, so that's a thing. So I just want to, maybe I'll just breed them in the tank. Yeah, I'll just breed them in there. I am going to have to get some tropical fish, but that'll work. Because I do want to have a couple of extra for, breeding or something later, so I do need to breed them. But that's okay. That's okay. Because, yeah, having some... I said it'll be a really slow glow squid farm. Especially once all the kelp has grown. Because then I don't think there's any place for the squids to spawn. But that is okay. All right. So, I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I've got a couple of buckets here. So let's see if I can get some tropical fish. Let's go tactical fishing. And in the immortal words of Ernie, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Let's not go tropical fishing for puffer fish, though I would actually like some more puffer fish. They're really handy for the potions and stuff, right? Ah, there's a bunch of tropical fish. Perfect. Hi. I would like to scoop you up, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If it has the tropical fish. Now remember, the reason that I took this detour to build this furnace array in the first place is so that I could smelt glass. Okay? I need multiple shulker boxes full of glass, so that's a thing I'm gonna have to deal with. So I need the furnace array to cook all the glass. Okay. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just duck down here. And, oh, I need to be very careful about how I do this, don't I? All right, so we let loose the squid killers, and then... Hi, could you come here, please? Where's your friend? Hi. Okay, good. Both of you, come down here. That's right, come down here. You get some, and you get some. All right, perfect. And then, again, I have to be real careful about how I do this. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. I was going to, no, I think actually if they breed them, do they stay? I just need to be sure I don't accidentally break the water here, so... Okay, so I need to be real careful about how I do this. Because this took forever to fix, so... Alright, so we've got ourselves some... Hi. There's just... They're too fast. They are too fast. Come here, baby squid. Or baby axolotl. Where are you going? All right, you know what? I might just want to not worry about them. Okay? Maybe not. Maybe I just won't worry about them. And that's... Okay, hopefully... I didn't name them because I just bred them, but hopefully having bred them, they won't despawn. Right? The natural ones I think do. But I don't know if they despawn if you breed them. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. If they do despawn, it sucks, but hey, I've got 2 named axolotls in there, so I guess that'll be okay. Yeah, I should have bred them outside of that. But that's okay. I now have 4 happy axolotls in there. So if glow squid do show up, which again, they might, then the axolotls will take care of it. And I have in, I think this one up here. Yeah, I think it's this guy right here. I have it filtering for glow ink. So hopefully we'll end up with all the glow ink we could possibly need. Or at least some of it. Right? That seems reasonable. All right, so how are we doing then? I think we're doing okay. I really do. I think, yeah, see, we're definitely now kelp positive on our fuel array. And then eventually, right, so these, again, this chest was funky, but yeah, it's going to take a while. Said when I was working with this earlier, so I think these guys are, yeah, when I was working with this earlier, like over the weekend, I did manually pull a lot of this kelp out and just throw it into the big array. But yeah, see, this is definitely doing all right. Yeah, so we're, oh, I think I've solved this problem. So yeah, it'll take a long time to fill this up. But let's take a look at this now. If I were to pull off of this chest, what I could do, see what I've got a thing here, right? So we could do a couple of things. Like if this chest is empty, right? Now it's the last one in the line. So maybe that's not as good a check as it could be. But while that is empty or something along those lines, I could tell it to kick off the farm. Or maybe not the chest, but the hopper underneath the chest. That might be good. Right? So I could just say, hey, these are empty. Go do a thing. Yeah, I do have a small problem here because of the way I rigged this now. Yeah, I could either shift this over, which maybe that would be okay. Or deal with it. Because right now, this is just going to go. Whether there's kelp or not, it's just going to go. On the other hand, once this is all rigged up, the kelp farm will be going pretty much constantly. So, okay, so yeah, so if I were to measure off of this, where's, that's over here? I wonder if I could do some wall stone. That's all over there. That's fine. Right, where I could come down off of this. That's empty. I could trigger a trap door, which would come down. Ah, there's all of this in the way. I'd have to have it come down. Come down over here, which maybe that'll work. And then have it trigger over that way and send a pulse to that. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I could totally do that. All right, hang on. I'm going to take a quick bio break. And then I'm going to come back and see if maybe I can just rig a clock off of the, hey, we're out of kelp. Give us more. Right? That seems like a thing. A smart system. All right, so I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I am back, and let's see if we can rig something up here. That's going to be really cool. So, what I want to do is I want to see if I figure this out here. Redstone. Turns out, if I want to do redstone, I need my redstone box. Okay. All right. Redstone box. All right. I'm going to need comparators for one thing. Trap doors for another, but we'll... Let's see. I think... Do I need... Yeah, that doesn't have to be there. And this doesn't have to be there. Okay. And... Okay, yeah, so if I put this here... Oh, no, that's reading the wrong hopper. Okay. No, that's fine. I need to read that hopper. Right there. See? It helps when you're looking at the right stuff. Okay? All right, so if that goes there, that actually should not be a full block. Let's instead get a slab. Because, hang on. Sorry, I was sitting on something wrong and it hurt. All right, so let's meander over this way. Get ourselves a slab. Okay. And the reason this needs to be a slab is so that a wall doesn't connect to it. Okay. Oh, I need a trapdoor. One trapit door, please. Oh. Apparently I didn't leave a trapdoor in here, so that's cool. All right. Cool. Trapdoors. All right. And... Okay. I do have blue glass in here, right? Oh, yeah. All the blue glass. Cool. Yeah, the... Copper golems mostly get it right. All right. All right. So, let's see. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. It's over here doing stuff. Right, so this needs to be a thing. All right, so that needs to come out. It needs to be a slab instead, and then we'll put the comparator on it. Awesome. All right, and what I want to do is if I put a trap door... Okay, if I put a trap door on this... Nice. Hey, Nathan! How's it going over there on Twitch? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's see. So this would come off, right? This would come down here. So what I need to do is a little bit of diggy action. Okay, so that's going to go that way. Oh, How many? I was actually kind of hoping that it wasn't right next to this wall, so that's a problem. Right. No, this is perfectly fine. My day's been all right. I've been doing redstone on stream, so, you know, my brain is broken. But aside from that, my furnace array is actually now cooking up kelp, so that's a good thing. And it's fuel positive, finally, so that's a plus. All right, so basically what I have to do is I need to take this, and I need to take it, get a signal down over here. I mean, I could do wallstone twice, I suppose. That would be a little silly, but I could do it. Yeah. What a mess. Okay. Turns out this area's a lot tighter than I was hoping. Okay. So, because I can't, I mean, I guess I could replace this with, no, not really. Bummer. Redstone is above your pay grade. That's fair. I love it, but it's definitely a thing. Oh, that's not going to work anyway. I actually need this to go. How do I need this to go? All right. So let's see. These blocks. Oh, I kind of do need those there. Those are trapping stuff. Yeah, see what I'm working on here, I've got a working furnace array. Okay, which is working great. I had to fix a problem with the fuel, but that's sorted out. Now I just need to rig a good system for triggering the oh, okay. Sorry, that was weird. I just need to rig a good system for triggering the kelp farm to actually go off. Was it just? Oh yeah, it is just shooting across. Okay, that would explain it. All right, no, it's good. It's good. It's working. But I could run signal off of that over here. So if I come down, where could I come down? Because it's underneath this here, so that's not ideal. No, this is just from me. I designed this, which is part of the reason why it's such a hot mess. But yeah, I like doing redstone. I'm not necessarily terribly good at it, but I like doing it. Though I do have a couple of tutorials over on my YouTube channel, which I don't have a hot link for. But there's a link to it in on the Twitch page. Because, you know, I've been playing with stuff. But yeah, I like doing redstone. I'm just, like I said, I definitely have my moments. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, well, what I found is redstone is lots of little things chained together, okay? If you've ever played with the Create mod, which I highly recommend, I love the Create mod. It is amazing. Basically, you deal with just a big machine is made up of little machines. And redstone, vanilla redstone is the same way. So if you can start figuring out some of the little things, it becomes easier to put together something big. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is we're going to pull off of this guy. So basically what I'm going to do, so I can explain what's happening here, is this hopper, right, is full of kelp, right, as the kelp farm then feeds into these smokers, which gets crafted into kelp blocks, which eventually gets fed back into fuel for this, and this 64 furnace array, okay? Lovely. So what I want to do is when this hopper is empty, or nearly so, perhaps, I want to, oh, sorry, picking up kelp blocks. I want to trigger the farm below to then do things. So, yeah, we're going to come off of here. Let's grab a repeater. I love bundles, by the way. I don't know if I've said it enough, but I really like bundles. Are they the solution to the inventory issues in Minecraft? No. But they are really helpful, and I love them. All right, so basically we're going to then run the redstone over this way so we're out from that mess. Okay. Ta-da! All right. And thank you for that follow, Nathan. Appreciate that. All right, so We're going to do things. Right? All the things are going to happen. It's going to be great. So we've got redstone over here. What I need to do is do stuff. Yeah, bundles are great. So they've got some issues, and there's a mod I've been tempted to install that will allow you to see everything in a bundle, not just the top 12 items. But I haven't totally needed that yet. All right, so where am I at here? So this comes straight down next to that wall, and that's a problem. Okay, and I can't mess up the water stream, so that's also a problem. Again, I've made a mess for myself. Absolutely. So it looks like I, again, can't mess up the water stream. I guess I could come down here. That's actually pretty close. What I need to do is I need to get signal from up here all the way down to this mess back here. This redstone line triggers the kelp farm. It's just a matter of how to do it. Maybe what I could do, I guess maybe I can get under there. That might work. La-di-da-di-dum, la-di-da-di-dum. What's the going on? Oh, right. I can't do that. I guess I can just come over this way. That's fine. I can't touch that wire. Okay. Right. So what I can do then is I can bring signal down this way. And if you're wondering about the numbers, I have a resource pack. It's a Redstone Tweaks resource pack, so I can see some extra details about the redstone components. Again, I like redstone, but I'm not good at it. So sometimes, that is a wall. That's an important wall. Okay. Yeah, where can I can't go. I guess I could go this way. That would be really dumb, but I suppose I could go that way. I guess it's not dumb. I'm not breaking into anything here. So, okay, so let's do this. Right. Yeah, because this isn't... I don't have to worry about anything leaving my farm here. How did that... Okay, well, that's just silly. So what I could do is... Yeah, we can bring the redstone this way. All right, yeah. It's going to be fine, I hope. Okay, so this will come down like so. And then we run redstone down here. I'll just run it. Oh, I've got to run underneath this. That's the water stream. Okay, which is fine. Okay, so we'll run redstone right across here. And, all right, well, I guess we'll be, oh, well, never mind then. All right, no, everything's great, and wonderful and stuff and things. I think I might maybe have a clue. Okay, we'll see, but there's a definite maybe happening here. All right. When did I start learning redstone? I honestly don't remember. I've been doing it for a while. I didn't get really serious about redstone until a few years ago. So, I mean, it's been a while. It's just not been overly crazy. All right, so if I want to come down, yeah, right here looks good. So I want to come down here. All right, I think this will work. So what I need to do is I need to clean out a bunch of stuff right through here. So yeah, it's been a few years that I've been doing redstone. It's just But I can't remember when I actually started taking it seriously enough that I wanted to. It's like, oh yeah, I should like pay attention to this and do the thing and stuff. You know, went from building other people's farms to designing my own. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take this out, because what I'm going to do is it's a cool trick for doing sending redstone signal down. So what you can do is you can use an observer to check the state of a wall, right? So if you take a wall, right, you've got a wall like this that goes up, and if you end up with a block next to it, like a trap door, it changes the shape of the wall. Okay. So I need to do double? I can't remember. So something along these lines needs to happen. So I might have to do it twice. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, it has to go out like this. So that goes like so, and then... Oops. That's wrong. Okay. And then you flip the trap door, and it changes the shape of the wall. There we go. So if you do that, an observer can see that change, and then you can do cool things with it. So yeah, so I'm going to have to go dig out a lot of space. Okay, which is fine. I can do that. I have the tools and a haste beacon, which turns out is really helpful for doing diggy stuff. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I need to dig out stuff here. Okay. We'll get this figured out eventually. Okay, so we'll pull this down. Might as well just dig all of this out. Getting diggy with it. Yeah, just pull all of this down. It'll be fine. And it's not like it's doing anything special over here. It's a pile of rock. Okay. All right, so these goes here and here and here. Alrighty. And that goes like so. Okie dokie. All right, so let's see if I can't get some of this sorted out in a way that'll be actually helpful. All right, so what I want to do here is let's hop back up all of our happy scaffolding. All right. And what I want to do is I want to take a wall, and we're going to come out. Okay, I've got extra wall there, but we'll just pretend like I don't. Okay. So it's this center section that we're going to be rigging. Oops. Oh, that was cool. All right, hey, scaffolding is cool, right? I like scaffolding. Let's scaffold. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to pop up this way. And let's go ahead and just bring this wall down. Okay, now it's really important that this, I guess the outside can stick, but the inside can't have anything else talking to it. All right, so this is going to come down right like so. Okay. Fairly straightforward. At least that is the plan. Now, go like that. I guess I can go like that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to need is the rest of my redstone box, which I left upstairs. Okay. Also, I need to do a couple things here too. All right, so basically, this is going to come this way, and what I need to do is then trigger a trap door, which is going to connect to that, right? So right now it's got power, right? So when this comes down, right, it's got power. When the power hits that, it triggers the trap door. I'm happy that I just hit the redstone limit here. Okay, and that is going to change the wall, so I can take that out. I don't know why I'm putting these blocks back. Yes, it's ugly. That's okay. All right, and then when the signal stops, it'll trigger that again. Okay, which is fabulous. All right, so let's go get the redstone box. Let's go get the stuff and things. Yes, it's going to be great. I have this iron golem here because there's a slime chunk or something over here. So we're dealing with all the slimy goodness. All right. All right, so I don't want to chop that off, but I do want to cover it at least a little bit. Because otherwise I'll fall in there, and that wouldn't be great. I know me. I will 100% fall into things. I'm good at that. Okay. You very slightly trust what's going on. Well, we're about to explain it. So here's the thing. Right, so if I take a comparator, right, which I've got, I'm watching this hopper, okay? As long as there's stuff in this hopper, then we're going to get signal that's going to come down through here. I guess I'll take that out for now. And we'll power this trap door and leave it there. When that hopper ends up empty, then this trap door will flip up and it will change the state of the wall. Okay? So that part should be fairly straightforward. That's the, again, we're working on hopes and dreams here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to take a comparator. There we go. Got a few. Or an observer, sorry. And the observer is going to sit down here and watch the wall. Okay. And I can get away with this because that's fine. Anyway, so when the wall shape changes, the observer will see that, send a redstone pulse, which will then trigger the kelp farm. Okay? Now, don't worry about how the kelp farm works. It's flying machines and fun stuff like that. But that is the idea. So if I hop back up here, okay? All right, so let's take out most of the kelp. Okay. All right. You think you get it? Okay. So it should be fairly straightforward. So we've got some kelp cooking down there. Okay. Oh, and it cooked through the kelp. So I was hoping to be down here when it happened. But you can see the trap door up there is now flipped up. So the wall shape has changed. And then that triggered a pulse, which flipped through here. Okay? Cool. Now, what would be extra special, unfortunately, is the kelp farm will trigger again as soon as kelp ends up in the system. But yeah, so we've got all of the kelp happening in here. Yeah, I think I lost the babies. I didn't name tag them, and I think they despawned. Oh, maybe not. There's that one right there. He seems chill. All right. Either that or anyway, whatever. Oh yeah, it just swept back. Okay, nice. All right, so hang on. I just want to count my axolotls. So there, those two over there. There's this guy over here, and then the other one either is dead or despawned. That would be sad. Okay, anyway. All right, so the kelp farm then did its thing. And obviously, kelp farms being what they are, it generates kelp, which then ends up. And so this hopper now has kelp in it again. Okay. Which then opened the door. So, yeah. So it's a little bit unfortunate the way I've got this rigged right now. It triggers twice. It triggers once when it runs out of fuel and once when it immediately gets some. Now I could fix that with a copper bulb. Is it really worth the effort? Maybe it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a copper bulb. All right, so we'll do this down here. So what I'll do, I think just to make life a little bit easier for myself, we'll slap a comparator there. And we'll put the copper bulb here. Oh, okay. Yep. Hey, what do you know? That part worked. Cool. All right, so basically what's happening now is we're getting a toggle. So think it'd be good at computer programming? I'm okay. Okay, so when this turns off, ooh, this is probably, I think my logic is broken here. Speaking of programming. Right, so that turns off, nothing happens, and then it turns on again, and then that turns off. And it let that go. Yeah, I have a degree in computer science, so I've done a fair amount of programming in my day. Okay, so that goes. Actually, this is probably fine. Okay, so the farm goes, it does its thing. Okay, stops over there. Up, kills my axolotl, which is also cool. Then it goes off, and then it ends up on again, and it goes. Yeah, see, that's the axolotls don't heal, so yeah, if they get caught up in the machine, caught between the machine and the wall, bad things happen to my axolotls. So that's not ideal. So what programming languages? Oh, hang on. I need to count axolotls again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just 3 of them. Okay, so what languages? Oh, at one point I was at least conversant in probably 15 or so languages. My preferred language is Perl, but nobody programs in Perl anymore. But I can program in Perl, Python, Java, JavaScript, C, C++. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty on those. Same with Java, for that matter. Ruby, I can hack around in a little bit. PHP if I had to. I've even hacked out a little bit in Rust, a little bit in Go. Programming's programming, so a lot of it's the same. Lisp might be the weirdest one. But yeah, so but I've been in the industry for a long time now, so all right. So anyway, so this is going, but I think I now actually have a working circuit. So I don't even have to rig a clock now. It's just whenever this hopper runs out of stuff. Ooh, that's actually really handy. Okay. Because this thing is full. I might want to do, I'd have to set up another hopper, but what I might want to do is actually not read from this one, but read from this one. Just because this one's a little bit awkward because it's the single. I have the single kelp here. What do I have? Oop, get out of the way. Okay. All right, so that's maybe 4 or 5 stacks, something like that. And this is way more than that. So I think same with that. Yeah, let's move this up. I'm going to have to add another repeater in here, but that's okay. Okay, so yeah, let's go and slide that in there. Pop that. Jeez, monkeys, man. All right, I can do this. Okay, I can't do it. It's hard. I can't. Placing blocks is hard. All right. Trapdoor? Yeah. All right. All right, so we'll just drop a comparator there and a block like that. Okay. And then we'll do it this way. We'll just drop a second repeater here. This should be. Actually, no, I don't need a second repeater. Just the one should do it. Okay, that can go there. That can go away. That goes there. All right. Now, I've probably triggered the farm a couple of times. Yep, there it goes. But I think that'll be a little bit smarter. Okay. Because it's reading from a double chest, which is reading from multiple hoppers here. So what I've got, I have impulse SV filters going on here. What was that changing? Weird. Yeah, so I've got impulse SV filters. Just, pulling in the kelp. But I'm pulling them into a double chest, which kind of, sort of splits the load across the two smelters, which is kind of handy. You've tried to program a bit, but you're no good at the math. Yeah, it's the logic is important. Obviously, you have to be able to deal with Boolean logic to program, because that's all programming is. It's all logic. So unless you're programming in something like Scheme, which is really bizarre, I haven't programmed in that since college. It's just messy. But yeah, you've got to have that logic all sorted out. Oh, I bet what it was is I just ended up with an item in that hopper for a minute. That's why. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, so here comes our fuel again. All right. And we're back. All right. Good. I was a little bit concerned watching that happen, but it resets itself before the minecart comes back. So I know it's working, so whatever weirdness happens here, I can live with it. La, da, da, da. Okay, sweet. So when these fill up, then we'll start to get items back here in these hoppers, specifically this hopper and a matching one over there. And once those start filling up with kelp blocks, then the minecart will start coming up and fueling the furnace array over here. So I think it's been hit that a couple of times, but it's all good. All right. Nice. Well, that is a much more elegant solution than what I was going to deal with before. Oh, actually, it'd be nice to put the stuff back in the shulker box. That would be handy. Yeah, because what I was dealing with before is I had an etho hopper clock, and it was too fast, and that wasn't great. Okay, so yeah, just pop this down here like so. Yeah, so the ether hopper clock down here was just too fast. So I was going to bring down a village. I was going to do some magic with villagers down here. to make this work. What I was going to do is, oh, and of course I've got enough moss down here to feed an army. What I was going to do was basically watch for a villager to sleep, right? I'd have a bed for him. And when the villager went to sleep or contrariwise woke up, that was the other thing I was going to watch for, I'd have him like, oops, that's the wrong way. I'd have him land on a pressure plate or something weird like that. And then use that pressure plate to trigger the farm. But I don't need to do that. Okay, that goes there. Hoppers. I think hoppers are in the bundle. Yeah, for now. And so this is a much, much nicer solution, actually. Okay. And I can... oops. Hang on. I want that redstone chest back. I can still trigger it manually. There's a button up there if I need to. But I don't think I'm going to need to. I think we're going to be fine. All right. So, yeah. So if I want to, I can hit this button and I can trigger it. Yeah, it's definitely a solution. I saw it the first time. I think... I want to say it was Docam 77 on Hermitcraft. I can't remember if it was last season or maybe it was season 9. He had a timer thing that was going off to spam something in the shopping district. And when he did it, it would it would have some weird spammy announcement. It was a prank. But he rigged it up using that same trick. It was villagers and pressure plates and stuff like that. Moss. There we go. Slap that in there. Yep. There's definitely something a little wonky with how I have this set up. And I think it's the fact that this chest is in the back here, maybe. Because my copper golems don't always pick up things the way I want them to. But, I mean, they pick them up. They don't always sort things the way that I want them to. But, it's okay. They do a pretty good job most of the time. But do I not have cherry trap doors in here? I do not have cherry trap doors in there. That's why they keep not getting sorted. Well, that would make sense. I know the clay isn't being sorted. Everything else should eventually end up in the right place, but kind of, sort of, eventually. Let's see if I've got honey going in here. Yeah, it should end up in the right place, but whatevs. All the evs and the whats. All right, cool. So, yeah, this system doesn't work nearly as well as the one at my main base. But anyway, yeah, the idea was that I'd have a villager, right? They'd sleep in the bed, and just like you would see with a like a villager breeder, right, where you might put trap doors over the bed, so they can't wake up and stay in the bed. It would kick them out into a single place where I would then have a trap door or a pressure plate, and then that would trigger the farm. It is probably the most reliable way of doing daylight detection or day detection, especially if you've got a place where there's no sun, right? Like if I were on the surface, I could use a daylight detector, and then the daylight detector would detect daylight. That's what it does, right? But when you're that far underground, daylight detectors are really not as helpful. Okay, so sweet. All right, so things are going okay. We've got, this is filling up. Again, when this hits a stack and 32, Yeah, I love this Redstone Tweaks resource pack, which gives you this power level with the number of items in it. So handy. Because I can't remember this nonsense. I don't deal with it that much. But yeah, when it pops in, hits that 2 stacks and 32 items, it'll trigger this, which will then go fuel all of the smokers. And eventually, man, this place is a mess. And then eventually, we'll start fueling the furnace array, and it's going to be great. So, yeah, once we start filling up these hoppers, which isn't going to be that long, actually, which is fabulous. And now with this clock, sorry, I'm just walking through everything to be sure all of the logic actually makes sense here. Yeah, and when I run out of kelp, boy, this really is the most elegant solution, because then it means that the farm will only run when I need it to, and we're off. I was tempted to tap this in and add a bone meal farm, but I don't really need it. So, because I've got a moss-based bone meal farm back in the Badlands, so, which I want to expand, but that's just going to involve lots of digging and building. So, you know. So yeah, I think this is going to work out okay. And I've got enough, I do have enough storage capacity here that we should be okay. I've done this. When this was overflowing with kelp, these hoppers would fill up and it would be okay, but I just felt icky about it. So I have them going into this barrel and swooping through this way. Gives a little extra storage, but ensures that the kelp all ends up down in these chests and things. So, all right. Whoa. Okay. Don't bump the minecart. Okay. But okay, so this is definitely going to take a while. So awesome. All right, and I think everything should be, except for the minecart, I suppose. Everything should be fine if the chunks unload, like if I leave the area and stuff. Should be okay. Oh. Managed to. Problem with wandering around the water streams, I end up picking up random stuff. I'm curious, actually. Since I've got the axolotls there, I don't know if they haven't picked up any glow squid, but I don't expect them to pick up many, so that's fine. All right. Cool. So, oh, I need to double check, because we had the problem at the beginning of the stream where my minecarts over here had disappeared. Let's see if they still exist here. No, the same thing. They definitely not here. That's not good. They're not there. They're not there. Oh well, no, they're oh, it's one of them stuck under there. Oh, that's silly. That's what I was trying to avoid with this system. The minecarts here just basically just run back and forth. But, okay, there we go. Yeah, they basically just run back and forth, but what they do is they'll break, dump all of the items out, so they end up in the water stream. And then that ends up back in the sorting system, and I end up doing some processing, right? Because this is a guardian farm. Right, I just set up a little calibrated skulk sensor. This is the first time I've ever used them, but they're really cool. Because, you know, skulk reacts to sound and stuff. Well, you can go combine one with the with quart or with amethyst, right? Get this calibrated dealy bob, and then you can send a signal to it. I always like to just use books if I need to do a signal strength up to 15. And so at signal strength 7, because we're on page 7 of 15, it's only listening for basically mobs taking damage. So when the Guardians flop down here onto the campfires, they take damage, and it sends the minecart out to pick up all their drops, which is good. And then the items end up going through this mess, right? They end up going through water streams into, I know this looks complicated, it kind of is, but they go into crafters here so that we're crafting sea lanterns. Why is that not doing anything? Oh, because it's not supposed to. I have this set so it won't actually craft anything if one of these chests is empty. It's a problem with the crafter. It would be nice if you could just program them to say, hey, load the stuff in this way and just call it good, but you can't. So you have to do some magic on the back end. And this one is crafting prismarine bricks. So yeah, yeah, you're right, Nathan. It is a little crazy. But some of the stuff like this is fairly straightforward. I actually copied this from somebody. But that's crafting prismarine bricks. I've got one on the other side that's crafting prismarine blocks. So they load up in here, right? So the lamps come in here. The bricks come this way. The blocks go here. And of course, a lot of raw cod. So it's auto crafting all of that. I don't have anything to auto craft dark prismarine, but I'm not getting any regular squid to automate that. So I suppose I could rig up a machine to match one of these guys. I don't know. What's the crafting recipe for dark prismarine? Dark prismarine. Okay, it's prismarine shards and black dye. Okay. So yeah, I would have to set up a machine like one of these. So yeah, I'd set up one of these, probably on the other side actually, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Rig up one of these over here. Take the dark prismarine, and then I'd have to manually feed it black dye, which is fine. And then that would craft the dark prismarine for me. Just as long as there's dye there in the chest, it would work. So, or in this case, in that hopper. So yeah, I could do it that way. I would just have to manually add the dye, which is fine, I guess. But I also have to figure out a way to do that. I'd either have to come back and load it into the chest by hand or rig a way to do it up here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I mean, at a high level, I am going to build this out so it's a science lab. But I don't know quite what all that's going to look like. But what I've got up here is hop into my AFK spot for a minute. So I've built this cool little, almost looks like a compass rose, really, around an ocean monument, or what used to be an ocean monument. So I've got guardians that will spawn basically in these water columns here along the sides. And then they whoosh over and drop to their fiery demise so I can get prismarine and, more importantly, sea lanterns. But yeah, I'm going to turn this into a science lab of some sort or other. But I need a crazy amount of glass here. So And yes, I am using prismarine and magenta, and it's Barbie's Mad Science Lab. Okay? But it's going to look cool, so we're going to go with it. But I need glass, and I'm not going to trade for the many, many shulker boxes full of glass here, so yeah, we're going to have to just farm a bunch of it. But now that I have the smelter working, that was way smoother than I expected. Holy cow, it's that late already. But now what I can do is I can smelt up a bunch of sand. Right, and let's just do it. Let's just do it. So man, I was totally lost track of time. Okay. So yeah, so let's go ahead. We'll throw the sand in. Because I've got enough fuel in the furnace already to make this happen. This world is not hardcore. I've had it for a while. I took a little bit of a break at one point to go play Create Mod for about 6 months. But I've had it for I don't know, a couple of years, I suppose. All right. Anyway, yeah, so you put it in, hit the button. The minecart heads out over that way. And now that's going to just sit here and load these furnaces for a while. Now I'm curious. Do I have a note here when my first video was? I don't. Sometime in 2025, I think. I'd have to go back and look at the videos on the channel. Cool. But now that there are things in the hoppers here, right? These furnaces are cooking. Right? We'll get glass in the hoppers. That minecart will pick them up. Right? Because the hoppers will feed it into that minecart with chest. And as long as there's something, right, you see all those comparators back there? As long as one of those hoppers has something in it, this minecart will just run right back and forth. And as soon as those are all empty, right, and it's, because we're not going to have a lot here, right, but as soon as these are all empty, then that minecart will come back. Oops, I'm lost. Hang on, where am I? That minecart will come back over here, and I can pick up the output right here. So yeah, handy. So yeah, I've had this world for a while. I actually started with my base in an ancient city, which is really fun. And then I wanted to build a base in the Badlands, which I have kind of done. Oh, I have a good place for this prismarine block. I don't know where it came from that I had it extra, but it should go back here. But I needed, well, I didn't need to. I just wanted to build a guardian farm. Stick that there. And then I decided, you know, this would be a great space for a smelter too. So, thus it is. Yeah, it's just one of those, hey, this seems like a good idea. Let's do the thing. Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, so as soon as that runs out of items, which it will do, it'll check when it gets back over here. It will return here, and I can pick it up. But anyway, so this is cool. So it'll smelt that full shulker box full of glass basically in 29 stacks normally, right? If you were to put 29 items, 29 stacks, or 27 stacks, right? If you were to put 27 items in a furnace, and however long that takes, that's how long it will take to cook that entire minecart full. Plus a few seconds for minecart travel time. So, yeah, handy. All right, but that is going to do it for today. I'm thrilled. This is awesome. Oh, this is so awesome. let's jump over here to the webcam. And man, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me today. It's been all sorts of fun. I do want to give a special shout out to my supporters at musicfreegaming.com. If you would like to help support the channel, that is the second best way to do it. And you support the channel there, become a paid supporter, get your name in the credits just like those awesome people. The best way to support the channel is just to be here and watch the streams. That really is the best way to do it. But next stream is going to be on Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing because I think, I got this all done, so that's awesome. I think what I'm going to do probably is maybe start getting some sand and a bunch of other stuff. It's going to be great. We'll deal with it. But like, subscribe, follow, turn on notifications. You know the drill. Do the thing. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.